back again with the Everest 10 Ridgerock body. So pretty much what we got going on this setup is we have front and rear steer done up on it. We got the high clearance links front and back. I went ahead and got the aluminum servo plates. They're just a little bit more durable than those plastic ones. As soon as I got the actual red cap part that came with the it's like an aluminum base plate, but then the top screw mounts here, these come in plastic. They have an aluminum option, which is what I ended up getting here, but the other option is with the plastic tip ends where the screws screw into, and they just didn't really hold up, and I kind of cranked down a little too tight on one of them with a different type of screw and ended up splitting it. So that's why we went ahead and got these for the front and the back. We also got different servo horns on there, as you can see. Just a regular 25 tooth, but I'm not exactly sure how long they are, but they do add some extra steering for sure. Got the 100mm Fosa shocks on this rig as well, with some key shocks mounted a little differently on this one than the Ridgerock. And then, as you can see, we just, add a couple extra holes. Kind of janky, but it's a janky body, so what are you gonna do? Then in the inside, everything's normal. Got the LiPo battery in there. Went ahead and set up the receiver for LiPo setup. Make sure you guys are doing that. Sometimes I have forgot and nothing bad has happened, but I'm sure if I kept running it for, say an hour or so, something possibly could have happened. I've heard one person refer saying that it'll actually go back, like if you forget to set it up on LiPo, it'll switch on its own, but I'm not a firm believer in that. Also switched over the rims to compensate for the color matching for the body and the rims. Let's see, sorry about that, just dropped my phone. Yeah, we're gonna play around and see what it does and stuff like that, just like the last video. But this thing is from being stock when I first got it to where it's at now, it does perform a little bit better. Kind of lose a little bit of flex when you do the key shock and shock setup like I did. It can be set up different to where if you're looking at this dead smack on, those high clearance links are perfectly level, which is where I wanted them. I get a lot of clearance that way. If they get lifted up forward and the belly droops down further, it kind of catches on things a lot more. And if I angle the links up and bring the belly up as well, you kind of end up shortening the wheelbase in between, and you get more clearance, sure, underneath, under the belly, but you end up sacrificing in other areas with the geometry. So it's taken a while to get it to this point where it's at, and I'm happy with it, so I'm not going to tinker with it furthermore. And it's done very well, especially yesterday when I was out on some red rocks with it. It performed really good. I didn't have any issues. It didn't, I mean, I got caught up on the belly a couple of times in certain areas, but it was really performing pretty good nonetheless. As far as money's tied into the Ridgerock or the Everest 10, it's all relative, honestly, guys. I mean, spend as much as you want to spend. Buy the parts that you think are quality, done your research on and know are quality. If you want to stay in the cheap realm of things, that's fine too. I mean, to each his own with this hobby. Like I've said before, I got a cheap Amazon servo back here. This thing is nothing special. It's a digital servo. It is a core cord servo, so there is a core inside, not coreless, like my Eco Power ones that I got that were almost $80 a piece. So I mean, you can spend 20 bucks and get something like that, or you can spend 80 bucks and get something that's supposedly better and stronger, and they are in a sense. Those Eco Powers, man, they're fast, they respond quick, and they do really well. It's just when I was getting them, I didn't know at first that they were gonna be like 75 bucks a piece, something like that. They're like 70 to $80, somewhere in there. After taxes, like 80 bucks for a servo. And some of you might be like, oh man, you could have got something way better for that price. And it's true. There's a lot of other great products out there. I did a little research on Eco Power servos and stuff. So with the E10, this is permanent four-wheel steering. There are other options. I chose a cheap route to do this. That's why it's in permanent four-wheel steer. I still have the stock transmitter, and there's no option on the transmitter with an additional channel selector to change the independent channels and stuff like that. Plus, if you want to do that, you kind of got to get a different receiver as well that can do things like that, a programmable receiver. So I just left that stuff stock in here and did the cheap Amazon upgrade with the additional servo, the reversing Y harness, the regular Y harness, and yeah, just had to dial it in, and it's working fine. It does what it needs to do for four-wheel steering, but there are times where I don't want four-wheel steering, especially with rock climbing. Getting in certain areas, sometimes if the back tires are turned, they kind of push you in a direction you don't exactly want the rear end to be in. So it's nice having that selectable option like the Ridgerock and Ridgerunner have. You know, it's a dual built-in ESC receiver. These are separated. This is a receiver and an ESC separate in the E10. So there's always upgrades available, different receiver and transmitter upgrade, and multi-channels on it, like 4 channels, like the what is it, this, I forget the name of it, but there's quite a few. There's Spectrum transmitters, and there's all kinds of other ones out there that can do those functions for you. Like I said, it looks like a Ridgerock, but it's on an Everest 10 frame. Just did the body swap over. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to go back to some of the very first videos to see the transformations of these things and what I've done with them and such. So what I'm going to do is just go down and then climb back up for you guys. Taking my normal lines that I usually take. Some of you have seen in the previous videos these same exact runs that I've done, and all the rock climbing RCs that I have. So far the collection is only 1/10 scales, but that's fixing to change here soon. I seen a couple nice 24 scales yesterday out on the rock climbing event that I was at, and I was like, man, those things are really neat. They are really tiny, but for snow days when I can't get out and climb and test my 1/10 scales, I don't have anything indoor built up, but for 24 scale, it really wouldn't take much to build an indoor crawler course for. So the hobby has just gotten that far with me. I'll say that. that tire wedged in there too much. Things like that will stop ya. Alright, so. Okay, now my. So you get in a situation. It's not hard to get out of. Got a tire ripple, but nice. Kind of saved that with the camera, but you can make it up this rock. You just got to find a line. So this is what we're looking at, right? It's got a nice little 3-inch, 4-inch, 5-inch rise in certain areas on this rock to come up, and I got that one right there that is just in my way. So I'm gonna try and wrap myself essentially around it, so to speak. So I'm gonna come in, here's my stick, I'm gonna come in this side, come up here, and try to come up and hit this rock on the ledge here while avoiding this rock here. It can be done. Okay. My front is pretty much in a gray area, but my back is not. I need another rock right there where that tire's at in order to do this kind of, but it's kind of gotta finesse your way in there. Whoops. Just like so, kind of. I wanted it so bad. Alright, I'm not gonna bore you guys with that one. If I had both my hands, I could maneuver this so easily, but this is really difficult, guys, doing this one-handed. That's why I can't wait to get the GoPro set up going, which is definitely going to happen this year. I'm hoping by summertime to have the whole GoPro set up and better footage going on, because it is really a pain doing all this one-handed, but also you can't, as you guys have been seeing, I've had to cut video, come back, cut video, come back. And it's so much easier with something like a GoPro to where you can just pause the video and then come right back to what you're doing and stuff like that. Oh, just lost the body clip. Caught that though. You're not getting away from me today. These things come off so easy, guys. That's why I actually ended up getting a screw kit. It comes with like 50 of these things, I think. Something like that. Because you're gonna lose them. Just lost it again. And it slung it far this time. I shouldn't even went back. The joy is losing things from RCs. I don't know where that thing landed. Somewhere over here, guys. So that's the things that happen. I just put it back on too. All I did was tap the reverse button and it caught the rock again and doop, gone. Alright, well, it's not the end of the world. Like I said, I got extras. You're rock climbing, you're gonna lose things like that. That's why I like the top body post rather than the side body post. I mean, they kind of help keep the body from rubbing on things you don't, but at the same time, not really. Okay. I really don't know where we're going with this thing. I'm just finding different areas to climb and see where it makes it. Alright, we're gonna get a front shot of it. She looks like she wants to eat right now. Oh shit. Holy cow, dude. That's crazy. I'm in a predicament, guys. I'm trying to get myself out of it, but it's a little difficult, as you can see. There we go. There we go, baby. Oh, man. Like I said, this thing, it's impressive of what it can do, man. It, holy cow. Only lost that one body clip still. Rubbing up all on them rocks like that. Now this is where four-wheel steer becomes a pain, because you can get that sharp turn, but if you don't keep them bag tires straight through gates like that, oh man, you will start breaking axles and hubs and all kinds of stuff. Now on the Ridgerock body, I'm sorry, chassis with the Everest 10 body on it, I don't have Hyrax tires on there. They look like them, but they're not Hyrax tires. They're actually some Hobby Soul tires that came with a 4-pack of the red style rims that you've seen on it. And they perform a lot like the Hyrax tires. But again, they are not Hyraxes. These, however, this is the Everest 10. These are Hyrax tires. They're fixing to get some silicone inserts soon too. They have already been ordered. They're just in the process of being made and all that fun stuff. The guy who's making them, he's been completing tons of orders right now, so I understand why it's taking a little bit to get back to me. See that there? No problem with the Hyrax tires. And they're cold and wet. I think I said in my last video, oh, these Hyrax tires, when they get wet, they don't do too well. Well, that's the Amazon ones. But when these get wet, they don't do too well either, honestly. Like if this snow was way packed like maybe 2 or 3 days ago when it was like an inch or two deep, yeah, it wouldn't have been getting up that. It would have just been spinning on this rock the whole time. Now the J Concepts, however, we're gonna try those out pretty soon. And it stinks right now that my Ridge Runner is down because I just put dual stage foams in those tires that are on there, the 1.9s. Kind of a shame. It's like, oh man, as soon as I get something good going for it, it wants to take a duty on me. But I just ordered a new receiver combo for that. Wanted to get with tech support, but you know, can't reach those guys on weekends, and I work during the middle of the week, so it's hard to get a hold of them and ask them 20,000 questions of why something would have possibly went bad. But that's Red Cat for you. You know, they don't use the most expensive things in their ready to rolls unless you're getting, you know, a high dollar one from them, but maybe even then. But nothing bad to say about Red Cat. They've been outstanding so far. It's just probably something that I did dumb on my end. But yeah, that's the Everest 10 run real quick. As you see, it's pretty capable. And the Ridgerock body will go on just fine with a slight puncture hole modification. So hope you guys are having a blast this weekend. And like I said in the last announcement of the video, with the third annual RC Colorado Crawlers event coming up April 27th of this year over at Red Rock Elementary in Morrison. Feel free to come out, have a great time. More than welcome to bring kids and the family, and you know, just come out and have a good time. More than welcome. Signing off. Till the next one. Guys, take care.